All right, today we're breaking down the Red Hot Chili Pepper song, the Zephyr song, unequivocally the greatest song ever written about Zephyrs, and it sounds something like this. Alright, so eventually we're going to get to the other part, but first I just kind of want to talk about these simple little lines, and this is going to be a great complement to the lesson I did earlier on playing arpeggios like a total boss, of which John Frusciante, I will never pronounce his name correctly, no matter how many times I try it, is a total boss at arpeggios, and I'll link you to that lesson if you want to check that out. But basically, what we're going to do is we're going to start out just by playing these chords a couple notes at a time, which is what an arpeggio is. So the first one, we're going to start on the 12th fret of the A string, which is also an A. So this low A is going to be our root note. We're going to go from 12A to 10D to 12G. So we have an A, a C, and a G. Now if we play those together, we're getting the makings of a chord. And the first tip off to what kind of chord this is this distance right here. Anytime you go down a string, 2 frets back, that's a minor third. So this is a representative of an A minor chord, all right? Even though we don't have all the notes in an A minor chord being an A, a C, and an E, A, C, E, G. So if we start at A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, we get the 7th note, G, A minor 7 chord. So this is representative of an A minor 7 chord. Now the next one we're going to go to is right here. We go a whole step lower. So this is a G. This right here, whatever this is, we can tell that going down a string back 1 fret is a major third. Okay? So this is a G major class chord. And then it has the same distance from here to here. A minor 7, a major chord with a minor 7 is what? A dominant 7 chord. Alright, so the first two chords, A minor 7, G dominant 7. Okay, those are the full chord representations of those arpeggio voicings. Now the next one we're going to go to, we're going to root on the 7th fret of the A string, which is an E. We're going to do this again. Down a string, back 2 frets, what's that? Minor third again. And it's 5th. So right here, this is a straight up minor chord arpeggio. A 1, a flat 3, and a 5, giving us an E minor chord. Okay? And then we're going to go 1 fret higher. And what's this again? A root note. Down a string, back 1 fret, right? Major chord. So we have an F major chord. And because we're adding these two notes right here, we're getting an F, an A, a C, an E, which is F major 7. So this one right here, A minor 7. This guy right here, G dominant 7. This one right here, E minor. And then this, F major 7. Now the second time around, we changed these a little bit. Instead of going A, C, G, we're going to go A, C, E, the straight up minor arpeggio. Okay, and if you watch that video I'm going to link you to, this is going to be a really important thing of what we do. A 1, a 3, a 5, and a 7. Okay, so the second time we do it, we don't have an A minor 7, we just have a straight up A minor. Okay, kind of a subtle difference, A minor 7, A minor. Right? Not a huge difference, but in the context of the song, it does sound a little bit different. And then after that, instead of going to a G7, we're going to a G major, just regular G major, and then kind of follow the same pattern with the E minor, F major 7. Okay, so if we were just to chord out the whole thing, that's why we're using an acoustic guitar, because I wanted to demonstrate how it would sound with open chords, we'd have A minor 7 to G7, E minor triad, F major 7. Second time around, A minor triad, G major triad, E minor, F major 7. So without me talking, it'll sound like. So one thing that he does an awesome job is adding extra notes in the scale. So you can see this as an arpeggio or just kind of connecting the dots through a scale, but it has a really cool sound. So we're going to take this first chord and that arpeggio, 1, flat 3, 5, 7. Now, in the A minor scale, the 5th note is an E, and that 7th note is a G. So in the A minor scale, what's the note in between E and G? Well, it's actually an F. So E, F, G. The 9th fret, the 10th fret, and the 12th fret of the G string. So if we wanted to play around in this arpeggio a little bit, those are our notes. And he does that by... Okay, so maybe the first time he goes straight up, and then back through the scale, kind of connecting the dots into the next chord, which remember was a G, and the arpeggio for that was 1, major third, 5, flat 7. Now let's talk about this. We've got a G, a B, a D, and a F. So what is the note in this same key, the key of C major, A minor, however you want to look at it? G mixed Lydian, even, because G would be the 5. Again, if that confuses you, don't worry about it. But what's the note in between D and F in this key? It's an E. Okay? So if we wanted to play with this, we can kind of add the 9th fret on the G string. Okay, so we have a 1, 3, 5, 6, flat 7, A minor. Okay, so we're kind of just playing around. Just playing around with those notes in the scale, building them around chords and around arpeggios. By the time we get to the E, we had that minor triad, right? Same deal. We're doing the exact same thing using the same principles of, okay, I've got this minor 7 arpeggio. I have an E, a G, and a B, and then I have the 7, which is a D. What is between B and D in this key? It's a C. So that would be the 4th, 5th, and 7th notes on that. So I can play around with these 3 notes on the string. Swing it however you want to, Johnny style, Chili Pepper style. And then we get to the F. Do the same thing. F, A, C, D. We could do the E there, F. There's a lot of options that we have. So it's not even about just playing it how he plays it. You can add any of these notes in a scale to the chords to kind of make them sound a little bit more interesting, to kind of create almost like a hybrid chord lead playing style that, you know, you're learning from the master, John Frusciante. I used to say Frusciante all the time, and then people kept saying it's Frusciante. I don't know, Frusciante. I don't know, whatever. He's just an absolute legend, one of the greatest guitar players of all time. And this is a really good example of kind of how he's using his knowledge of arpeggios and scales to make a really cool, whatever you want to call it, hybrid lead chord sound, whatever you want to look at it as. It's just all the same thing. Whatever perspective you have to kind of see some of these shapes, there's no wrong way to look at it. Really cool song. And if you have any questions or comments, hit me up in the comment section, Instagram, Twitter, or the website, and I will talk to you all soon. Thanks a lot.